Welcome to the BookTubePrize. My name is Robert Sheard, and we're here today to announce the results of the Octofinals and the pairings for the Quarterfinals, which begin today and run through the end of May. For those of you who might not be familiar with the prize format, we start each season with 48 books in each of our three divisions: fiction, nonfiction, and translated fiction. Those books are divided into groups of 6, and each group is judged by a multi-reader panel. The judges submit their rankings from 1 to 6, and then the 3 books with the best composite scores in each group advance to the next round. In other words, we cut our field in half every round. This is our 4th season for the BookTubePrize, and this year we had nearly 350 judges from 45 different countries sign up. From a tiny project with a handful of friends in 2019 to today, we've really grown into an international event, which we can all be pretty proud of. I can't thank the volunteer judges enough for their time, energy, and support in judging every round of this prize. Judges, immediately after this video premiere, I will send an email to those of you who have been given a ballot assignment for the quarterfinals. There'll be some directions in that email. Please follow them extremely carefully and right away so that we can start this round with a minimum of chaos. If you sent back an RSVP that you were willing to judge round 2, but you did not receive an assignment, you are on the standby list, and we will use you if any judges have to withdraw for any reason. One final note, and then we'll get to the results. Shortly after this video ends, if you go to our website, BookTubePrize.org, there are some resources there that you might be interested in. On the home page, in addition to all the book cover art of all the quarterfinalists, you'll find at the bottom of that page a PDF file you can download that is a checklist for the quarterfinals groups. So if you'd like to follow along at home, you can print out that checklist, pick a group to read or 2 groups to read, and join us any way you'd like. Also on the website, if you want to make a video using the graphics that I use in this video, or if you want to use them in your Instagram or Twitter posts, I have put all the group graphics under the quarterfinals tab on our website, so you can grab the full version of that and use it in your own videos as you see fit. Okay, let's get to the results of the Octofinals. Starting with our new division, translated fiction. In Group A, the 6 books were Tomorrow They Won't Dare to Murder Us by Joseph Andrus, translated by Simon Lesser. Disquiet by Zulfu Livaneli, translated by Brendan Feely. Whereabouts by Jhumpa Lahiri, translated by the author. An I Novel by Minae Mizumura, translated by Juliet Winters Carpenter. Love in the Big City by Sang-Young Park, translated by Anton Her. And Voices in the Evening by Natalia Ginsburg, translated by D.M. Lowe. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Tomorrow They Won't Dare to Murder Us, Disquiet, and Whereabouts. In Group B, the 6 books were Harsh Times by Mario Vargas Llosa, translated by Adrian Nathan West. Heaven by Mieko Kawakami, translated by David Boyd and Sam Bett. Among the Hedges by Sarah Mesa, translated by Megan McDowell. Bola by Pajtim Statovki, translated by David Haxton. The Phone Booth at the Edge of the World by Laura M.I. Messina, translated by Lucy Rand. Waiting for the Waters to Rise by Marisa Conde, translated by Richard Philcox. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Heaven, Vola, and The Phone Booth at the Edge of the World. In Group C, the 6 books were Nervous System by Lena Merowane, translated by Megan McDowell, Winter in Sokcho by Elisa Shua Dusapan, translated by Anissa Abbas Higgins, Brickmakers by Selva Almada, translated by Annie McDermott, The Art of Losing by Alice Zeniter, translated by Frank Wynn, The Slaughterman's Daughter by Yaniv Izkovitz, translated by Ur Shar, and Catch the Rabbit by Lana Bastasic, translated by the author. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Winter in Sokcho, Brickmakers, and The Art of Losing. In Group D, the 6 books were Chasing Homer by Laszlo Krasnohorkai, translated by John Botke, In Memory of Memory by Maria Stepanova, translated by Sasha Dugdale, In the Country of Others by Leila Slimani, translated by Sam Taylor, Civilizations by Laurent Binet, translated also by Sam Taylor, The Membranes by Ta-Wei Chi, translated by Larissa Heinrich, and The Morning Star by Karl Ove Knausgaard, translated by Martin Aitken. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are In the Country of Others, Civilizations, and The Membranes. In Group E, the 6 books were The Twilight Zone by Nona Fernandez, translated by Natasha Wimmer, The Last One by Fatima Das, translated by Laura Vergnaud, When We Cease to Understand the World by Benjamin Labatut, translated by Adrian Nathan West, The Survivors by Alex Schulman, translated by Rachel Wilson Broyles, Inseparable by Simone de Beauvoir, translated by Sandra Smith, and The Anomaly by Hervé Letellier, translated by Adriana Hunter. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Survivors, Inseparable, and The Anomaly. In Group F, the 6 books were 3 O'Clock in the Morning by Gianrico Carofilio, translated by Howard Curtis, The Passenger by Ulrich Alexander Boschwitz, translated by Philip Boehm, My Heart by Semejdin Mehmedinovich, translated by Celia Hawksworth, There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job by Kikuko Tsumura, translated by Polly Barton, An Apprenticeship or the Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector, translated by Stefan Tobler, and The Republic of False Truths by Ala Al-Aswani, translated by S.R. Fellows. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are 3 O'Clock in the Morning, My Heart, and There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job. In Group G, the 6 books were How to Order the Universe by Maria Jose Ferrada, translated by Elizabeth Breyer, Strange Beasts of China by Yan Gay, translated by Jeremy Tiang, Loop by Brenda Lozano, translated by Annie McDermott, Magma by Thora Hjorlistadter, translated by Meg Matich, Where You Come From by Sasha Stanisic, translated by Damian Searles, and Khalil by Yasmina Kadra, translated by John Cullen. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are How to Order the Universe, Where You Come From, and Khalil. In Group H, the 6 books were More Than I Love My Life by David Grossman, translated by Jessica Cohen, Summer Light and Then Comes the Night by John Kalman Stephenson, translated by Philip Roten, My Brilliant Life by Aaron Kim, translated by Chi Young Kim. The Book of Mother by Violaine Huysman, translated by Leslie Kame. Goethe by Katerina Tokova, translated by Veronique Verkuzny. And Trust by Domenico Starnone, translated by Jhumpa Lahiri. And the three books advancing to the quarterfinals are More Than I Love My Life, My Brilliant Life, and Goethe. Moving now to nonfiction. In Group A, the 6 books were Fuzz by Mary Roach, On Animals by Susan Orlean, The Enlightenment by Richie Robertson, The Plague Year by Lawrence Wright, Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner, and Diary of a Young Naturalist by Dara McAnulty. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Fuzz, Crying in H Mart, and Diary of a Young Naturalist. In Group B, the 6 books were 1,000 Years of Joys and Sorrows by A. Weiwei, These Precious Days by Anne Patchett, Smile by Sarah Ruhl, Nuclear Folly by Serhii Plokny, Islands of Abandonment by Cal Flynn, and Everybody by Olivia Lang. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Smile, Nuclear Folly, and Islands of Abandonment. In Group C, the 6 books were A Swim in a Pond in the Rain by George Saunders, In the Weeds by Tom Vital, The Good Girls by Sonia Falero, All In by Billie Jean King, The Irish Assassins by Julie Kavanaugh, and The Right to Sex by Amia Srinivasan. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are A Swim in a Pond in the Rain, All In, and The Right to Sex. In Group D, the 6 books were White Magic by Alyssa Washuta, The Groundbreaking by Scott Ellsworth, Aftershocks by Nadia Owusu, Real Estate by Deborah Levy, Orwell's Roses by Rebecca Solnit, and Chasing Me to My Grave by Winfred Rembert. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Groundbreaking, Orwell's Roses, and Chasing Me to My Grave. In Group E, the 6 books were A Ghost in the Throat by Doreen Nigrofa, The Sinner and the Saint by Kevin Birmingham, Facing the Mountain by Daniel James Brown, The Codebreaker by Walter Isaacson, Beloved Beasts by Michelle Nijhuis, and The Doctor's Blackwell by Janice P. Nimura. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are A Ghost in the Throat, Facing the Mountain, and The Doctor's Blackwell. In Group F, the 6 books were Notes on Grief by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, All the Frequent Troubles of Our Days by Rebecca Donner, The Black Church by Henry Louis Gates, Jr., A Most Remarkable Creature by Jonathan Myberg, Girlhood by Melissa Phoebos, and Under a White Sky by Elizabeth Colbert. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are All the Frequent Troubles of Our Days, The Black Church, and Under a White Sky. In Group G, the 6 books were All That She Carried by Taya Miles, Somebody's Daughter by Ashley C. Ford, Empire of Pain by Patrick Radden Keefe, The Agitators by Dorothy Wickenden, Punch Me Up to the Gods by Brian Broom, and A World on the Wing by Scott Wiedensall. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Somebody's Daughter, Empire of Pain, and A World on the Wing. In Group H, the 6 books were The Amur River by Colin Thubron, How the Word is Passed by Clint Smith, American Baby by Gabrielle Glazer, The Case of the Murderous Dr. Cream by Dean Job, A Little Devil in America by Hanif Abdurraqib, and Graceland at Last by Margaret Renkel. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are How the Word is Passed, American Baby, and A Little Devil in America. And finally, we turn to fiction. In Group A, the 6 books were Detransition Baby by Tori Peters, The Sentence by Louise Erdrich, Fight Night by Miriam Taves, Hell of a Book by Jason Mott, The Final Revival of Opal and Nev by Donnie Walton, and Crossroads by Jonathan Franzen. The 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Sentence, Hell of a Book, and Crossroads. In Group B, the 6 books were Appleseed by Matt Bell, Everyone Knows Your Mother is a Witch by Rivka Galchen, The Book of Form and Emptiness by Ruth Ozeki, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Cherie Jones, No One is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood, and Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Book of Form and Emptiness, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House, and Project Hail Mary. In Group C, the 6 books were The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles, Bewilderment by Richard Powers, Of Women and Salt by Gabriela Garcia, Assembly by Natasha Brown, Zori by Laird Hunt, and Harlem Shuffle by Colson Whitehead. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Lincoln Highway, Bewilderment, and Zori. In Group D, the 6 books were The Trees by Percival Everett, A Passage North by Anouk Arud-Pergasam, Matrix by Lauren Groff, Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson, The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak, Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Trees, The Island of Missing Trees, and Small Things Like These. In Group E, the 6 books were The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois by Honoré Fanon Jeffers, Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro, The 5 Wounds by Kirsten Valdez Quaid, Burnt Sugar by Avni Doshi, The Chosen and the Beautiful by Ni Vo, and Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois, The 5 Wounds, and Great Circle. In Group F, the 6 books were Milk Fed by Melissa Broder, The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris, Damnation Spring by Ash Davidson, What Strange Paradise by Omar El Akkad, Still Life by Sarah Winman, and Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. The 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Damnation Spring, What Strange Paradise, and Still Life. In Group G, the 6 books were O. William by Elizabeth Strout, Intimacies by Katie Kitamura, The Magician by Colm Toybeen, Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge, Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller, and Infinite Country by Patricia Engel. The three books advancing to the quarterfinals are Intimacies, The Magician, and Unsettled Ground. In Group H, the 6 books were Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr, The Fortune Men by Nadifa Mohammed, How Beautiful We Were by Mbola Mboe, The Prophets by Robert Jones Jr., China Room by Sanjeev Sahota, and The Promise by Damon Galgut. And the 3 books advancing to the quarterfinals are Cloud Cuckoo Land, How Beautiful We Were, and The Promise. Let's now look at the pairings for the quarterfinal round. In Translated Fiction A, the 6 books are How to Order the Universe, The Phone Booth at the Edge of the World, Whereabouts, The Anomaly, There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job, and Winter in Sokcho. In Translated Fiction B, the 6 books are Bola, Inseparable, Civilizations, More Than I Love My Life, 3 o'clock in the Morning, and Disquiet. In Translated Fiction C, the 6 books are Where You Come From, My Brilliant Life, The Survivors, Tomorrow They Won't Dare to Murder Us, Brickmakers, and In the Country of Others. In Translated Fiction D, the 6 books are My Heart, Heaven, Goethe, The Membranes, The Art of Losing, and Khalil. In Nonfiction A, the 6 books are A World on the Wing, A Swim in a Pond in the Rain, Facing the Mountain, Crying in H Mart, Nuclear Folly, and The Black Church. In Nonfiction B, the 6 books are American Baby, The Groundbreaking, Fuzz, A Ghost in the Throat, All the Frequent Troubles of Our Days, and Islands of Abandonment. In Nonfiction C, the 6 books are Chasing Me to My Grave, Empire of Pain, A Little Devil in America, The Doctor's Blackwell, All In, and Diary of a Young Naturalist. In Nonfiction D, the 6 books are Somebody's Daughter, How the Word is Passed, The Right to Sex, Orwell's Roses, Smile, and Under a White Sky. In Fiction A, the 6 books are Bewilderment, The Book of Form and Emptiness, The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois, The Sentence, The Magician, and What Strange Paradise. In Fiction B, the 6 books are Small Things Like These, Great Circle, Still Life, The Promise, Project Hail Mary, and Crossroads. In Fiction C, the 6 books are The 5 Wounds, The Trees, Hell of a Book, Cloud Cuckoo Land, The Lincoln Highway, and Unsettled Ground. And in Fiction D, the 6 books are The Island of Missing Trees, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House, Intimacies, Damnation Spring, How Beautiful We Were, and Zori. Thank you for watching the announcement video. I'm looking forward to watching the judge videos and social media posts about their experiences judging the Octofinals, and I'm looking forward to the quarterfinals matchups. Happy reading, everybody.